guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Angela and we are starting our journey with Avatar: The Last Airbender live action Netflix series. Whew, it's a mouthful. I will just from now on say Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's been a while since I've been able to say that I'm watching that show. If you are a fan of Avatar, if you have been a fan of my channel and my reactions for Avatar and for Legend of Korra, I know that we're all in the same boat, that we are super excited, but also cautiously optimistic. We've had live action scares before, and I feel very good from what I've seen in the trailers, that this series, I don't want to say is going to nail it. I don't know, because we haven't seen the characters interact and develop, but I feel like from what we've seen, it's a great start. Now, that being said, I know about what happens in the animated series, and I find that it'd be very hard for me to keep everything spoiler free. So if you have not seen the animated series, I don't know what to tell you. I'm probably going to say something, or like hope out loud that something happens in the next episode, or like I hope they include this, but maybe keep this out and that out, or maybe this happens sooner. So when I voice that, I hope I don't spoil anything for you. So I am giving you that warning now. Hopefully you're listening. Some people skip the commentaries, but if you have not seen it. Unfortunately, I have, and I'm going to blabble all about it. Is blabble a word? I don't even know. But I'm very emotional. I'm a crier when I'm happy. I'm a crier when I'm sad. I'm a crier when I'm elated and delighted. And I absolutely love and adore these characters. So I cannot promise that I will not be crying the entire time I'm watching this, because I'm so excited to be back with my friends. Now, I have just watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. So again, it's been out for like 20 years, almost 20 years. So I watched it just in time to not be spoiled for anything. But I'm super excited to kind of get back with them. And I know it's only been a couple months for me. And even now I'm still watching Legend of Korra. So I'm still in the Avatar world. And I love these characters and I hold them so dear. There's very few characters that I'm not going to be excited to see. Zhao. And it's not even that he's not a great character. He's just kind of like, meh, meh. Like he's not the scariest of guys. He's not the biggest of bads, but meh. Mostly I'm excited to see Aang and the gang of Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Appa and Momo, and then, of course, Iroh and Zuko on their own journey, especially Uncle Iroh. I think Uncle Iroh is the person that is going to be the most important to capture his essence from the animated series, which is incredibly hard because it's a cartoon. And they're allowed to kind of test boundaries and go beyond and be a little bit sillier, goofier, bigger, badder, broader. And I think that when you're human, you have to keep things very human. And I hope Paul nails it. I hope he knocks it out of the park. We know and love him from playing Carson Teva and, of course, The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and then also being in Kim's Convenience. So I have high hopes that he's just going to nail it. Now, of course, my favorite character from the animated series is Zuko, and I feel like as long as his journey is similar, I will be elated. And it's really exciting to actually see like the physicality of humans and bending. And of course, firebending is insane. And I feel like deep down, I am a firebender, would love to be an airbender, but deep down, I'm pretty much a firebender. The firebending, I think, especially because we're getting characters we normally would not get in this season. And I don't know the capacity in which we get them, if it's like little hints throughout episodes just to keep them familiar for the next season. But getting Azula, getting Ozai, all of Ozai, I ain't mad about it. But like the firebenders, like just firebending's cool. It's so cool. And I know we're also going to see King Boomy. Now, with that being said, that guy could come off as incredibly cartoonish and a caricature, and from what I've already seen, he seems very extreme just like he is in the series. You know, so like it could cross the border of like, well, that's mildly ridiculous. And even so, like that's his character. So I'm really excited to see that, but I hope it doesn't take me out of the scene at all. And of course, you know, as long as it doesn't take 6 people to throw a rock, I think we're doing good with earthbending. Those of you that know. But of course, this is the beginning. This is where we meet our heroes. This is where we meet Aang for the first time, and we get to see Katara and Sokka at home in their tribe. You know, they were left by by all the men. I was going to say by their father, but all the men left to go fight in a war. And, you know, Sokka's been left to kind of help keep not only the tribe safe, but try to raise warriors himself. And, you know, he's still a young kid. And of course, Katara finding out that she is a waterbender and not having anyone able to help her with those tools and teach her how to use bending. And, you know, she's definitely started off rough. And she very easily progressed once she got the hang of it. And I'm really looking forward to watching that journey as well. And meeting some people along the way, like our beloved Kyoshi warriors. You know, June, I know, I saw her in one trailer and I was really excited for it. But that means we're getting a lot of people all at one time. And I couldn't be more happy about it. Now, I did not watch the last trailer that premiered this week because I didn't want it to spoil anything coming up this week and kind of get stuck in my head. You know, all those other trailers, they've had time to like live and settle. And so for this, starting out without anything already preset in my mind, I am so excited and I'm so ready to go. So guys, let's get into it. Sozin's comment, we are going to start with the attack on the air temple. I know we saw it. I didn't know if it was a memory or a retelling of a story. Oh, we have creepy animals. I love it. It used to bother me so much, but I learned to love it so much. Platypus bear. Holding out hope for a platypus bear. Earthbender. All right. Oh, it looks so good. It's dark, but from what I can see, it looks really good.
An earthbender.
Sure is.
Hurry!
Did he steal a scroll? I thought he had a sword. Oh! Oh, the ostrich horses. Lava? Or just rocks? I think that's death. Is that not death? Oh, sacrifice.
Get that to the Earth King. They're going to start a war.
Oh, he's warning him about the war. Oh, wow.
You're too late. Your battle plans are already on their way to the Earth Kingdom.
That means all eyes will be on the Earth Kingdom.
Not the air temples.
All eyes but ours.
You wanted us to know.
Yep. So he could attack the Air Nation. Ugh.
Why are you doing this?
The Avatar. Oh. Oh.
Because it is our time.
Fire Lord Sozin was dark.
A masterful ruse, Your Highness. But tactically, the Airbenders are not the threat.
The Avatar is.
This is about one who lives among them, the only one who could possibly stand in our way.
But the Avatar is yet to be revealed.
If you wipe them all out, you take care of it.
Which is why we have to kill them all.
Oh my god, we're gonna see it? Oh. I thought it was gonna be a memory. I'm not ready.
Water. Earth.
Wow.
Fire. Air. For millennia, the 4 nations have lived in harmony. A peace made possible by the Avatar.
Kyoshi! That's my
the
girl.
one person with the ability to master all 4 elements and protect the delicate balance between nations.
She deserves her own movie.
The next master of all 4 elements, an airbender, who may not be ready for the responsibility of becoming the Avatar.
But I believe he can save the world. I'm ready. I'm not ready, but I'm ready. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's so happy and smiley.
Aang!
Well, Gyatso's a G. I love that it doesn't just look like Superman, that you can see like the air distorting his feet. Actually, all around him. Perfect landing. Love that. Love that for us.
What? I was just enjoying the
Uh-huh.
You skipped training again.
You know I already know all this stuff.
He's got the arrow.
You may be more advanced than the others. But there's much you have to learn.
It's very true.
And believe it or not, there may come a day when you wish you'd spent more time with your teachers.
Why would you say that? That hurts.
You and the other students better go help set up for the Great Comet Festival. There's still a lot of work to be done before the air nomads from the other temples arrive.
How many are coming?
Oh, I love the air bison. I was gonna say the appas. They're all appa to me. All of them are here, and that's how Sozin gets away with it.
He is only 12.
Yeah, he's a
We
baby.
can't ask this of him.
Fire Lord Sozin is planning to attack the Earth Kingdom, and we need the Avatar.
Yes, Aang is powerful, but there's much he still needs to learn about responsibility, sacrifice.
Yeah.
He needs to know who he is. If we send him away before he learns these things, he could fail to be everything we need him to be.
I love Monkey Gyatso.
Aang must leave immediately to begin training in the other bending disciplines. And we can only hope that it is not too late for him to make a difference.
It sucks. Man, I've already gone through one tissue. Tissue number 2.
Always this much work.
Well, the last one was 100 years ago, and believe it or not, I'm actually not old enough to have seen that. When she died, the next Avatar was born into the following nation in the eternal cycle. So after Yang Chen's death came Kuruk of the Water Tribes, then Kyoshi of the Earth
My
Kingdom.
girl.
The Moroku and the Fire Nation.
The next Avatar will once again be an Airbender.
He didn't know he was the Avatar?
You have always been special,
I never asked to be special.
but you are. Aang, you are the Avatar. You're to leave right away so you can begin training in the other disciplines.
Leave my friends? Leave home? Leave you?
Now this would be a huge burden for anyone, but you're not just anyone, Aang. You're strong and kind and generous. Always remember who you are, because I can't imagine a better person to have been given this power.
Yep.
Why do I have to be different? Can't I just keep pretending I'm your friend?
Oh.
You are my friend. You will always be my friend.
Friendships transcend lifetimes. Oh. Sorry if you're new here. Get used to this. Where's Appa? There he is.
Hey, Abba.
Hey, buddy.
Gyatso says I'm supposed to be the Avatar. Me.
Yeah, perfect.
Monks don't even trust me to feed the baby bison. I'm supposed to save the world? The other kids always say I'm lucky because of the things I could do. But I'd trade places with any of them. I'm scared of my power. I'm scared of being alone.
Not alone, you have Appa. I love that moment so much. God, we're gonna see it. Be prepared. I'm probably gonna be crying my eyes out. Death of the Air Nation.
Remember, no survivors.
Whoa. So cool.
Brothers and sisters, we're under attack!
Yes, yes! I love watching airbenders fight. So powerful. But I get now why they said that this is kind of like getting the Game of Thrones treatment. They're not afraid to kill people on this series, which I know the animated series, it was always a question of whether or not somebody was dead. Oh, I never thought about the children. Because I was just gonna say, I'm so happy we get to see this. I'm sad that we have to watch it, but like, to see the airbenders do their thing is just amazing. Wow. Wow. Being killed by a firebender is like so painful because it's not immediate death at all. God, really, Sozin? Why would they be knocking on the door? Oh my God, Gyatso. And Death of the Fire Nation is definitely one thing, but Monk Gyatso really hurts my heart so much.
You may have prevailed on another night.
The comet. It's the comet.
Not when we have the power of the comet.
Thank God I have the comfort of Katara and Sokka right now. Hey girl, I love your hair loopies. Is she inside of a ship? She wasn't supposed to be in there.
We've been manning the wall in 3-hour shifts, but it seems some of you can't be trusted to stay at your posts. So from now on, 2 people at all times, meaning twice as many shifts.
They're just babies.
Is there a problem? Didn't think so. Okay, back to your duties.
Big brother.
The fishing boats came back empty. Just proves if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah, they just don't appreciate your incredible leadership skills.
That's right, they don't realize it. Very fun.
Uh-huh.
So where were you before? You were waterbending again, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, no one could see me.
If anyone from the Fire Nation finds out you're a waterbender,
No one from the Fire Nation has approached the village in years. There's nothing to see. An otter penguin could bend more water than I could.
Mm-hmm. Not for long.
probably for the best. You should be helping out more around the village anyway.
Sokka.
Waterbending is what built our culture, our way of life. Keeping it alive is our duty.
Keeping ourselves alive is our duty.
I know that. And if Dad were here...
But he's not here. I am.
When he has his serious moments, they're very serious.
Katara, soak later, paddle now. Good job.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, you're getting into some rapids there, bucko. It looks exactly like the animated series. I love it. I know not everything will be one for one, but when it is, it makes my heart happy. I shouldn't laugh, but I can picture Sokka in my head. Hello, Zuko. And Uncle Iroh! Hey, kiddo. There you go, there you go.
Katara?
Again, not her. Oh. The moment he's been waiting for.
Finally.
I'm so excited to see my boy.
Oh my. Nice, nice. We're not gonna die. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing?
Seeing if he's okay.
You're not thinking of leaving him.
Katara, a strange glowy iceberg just exploded and left behind a mysterious little bald person.
He's just a kid.
Yep.
We can't just leave him out here.
Why listen to me? I'm just responsible for the safety of the village.
How kind of him, though, right?
He looks dead. He's got a mark on his head.
Let me take a look.
Hey, Gran.
The only settlement in that area is Water Tribe Village in the South Pole Territory. That's where we have to go.
Where you think we'll find the Avatar?
Yes.
Because of the light. It's hard to see you get your hopes up every time you see a sign.
Because he loves you, kiddo. You gotta go find Appa. They left him behind. They didn't know, but also, they left him behind.
Get away from him! What do you think? Have you completely forgotten your training? He could be the enemy.
The enemy? I'm not the enemy.
He's the sweetest kid alive.
I'm Aang. How did I get here?
You tell me.
Put the spear down,
Appa?
Sokka.
Where's Appa?
That's what I'm saying.
That's not strange at all.
He is an airbender.
Oh, he already has his whistle. That makes me so happy. What a way to introduce the whistle. Very smart of the writers.
Have you seen Appa? My sky bison? 6 legs, horns, brown arrows. Sky bison. Sky bison.
Repeating it doesn't help.
There he is.
Sky bison.
Sky bison. Yeah, take a step back, Sokka.
The last time that the Great Comet was seen in the sky was 100 years ago. He is the last airbender.
And he's the Avatar. I really don't like how much this ship's polluting the sky. Alright, Zuko. Throw one of those fireballs at Chops.
I need to be at my best when I face the world's ultimate warrior. They say Avatar Kyoshi took down an entire squadron of Earth Kingdom soldiers single-handedly.
Well, you've certainly prepared enough. How about a nice cup of jasmine tea?
I've been waiting to hear that.
Say we find the Avatar, a mission your father believed to be impossible, and so your return home may be unexpected.
Because he never expected him to find the Avatar.
The monks told me bending is about energy and balance. By feeling the energy around you, you can find balance. By finding balance, you can feel the energy.
Come on, Katara. Yeah.
I wasn't even really trying.
That's good. You just have to let go.
Drop it on Sokka's head. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but it should.
Katara?
Oh, did she see a Fire Nation ship? Yep. I like the music, that it's still the Fire Nation tone.
Why are they here? After all this time, what could they possibly want?
Him.
Yep.
He's more than the last airbender. You are the Avatar.
I knew he was hiding something.
Easy,
When the
Sokka.
world needed the Avatar the most, he vanished. Because he's a coward. He ran and people died.
Sokka.
You need to go hide.
Sokka, I want to...
Katara, now.
Come on, we need to get somewhere safe.
At least Sokka's doing what he did in the animated series, which was irritate me, but also make me laugh. So, so far, so good.
I am Sokka, son of Hakoda, lord of, snow and ice. On behalf of the Water Tribe village of Wolf Cove, I demand that you leave immediately.
If this is the path you've chosen, then so be it.
Let's settle this between us, leader to leader. I thought you firebenders had some guts.
Don't fall for it. It's no contest.
Well, where's the glory in that?
I want to see Sokka use that boomerang so badly.
Except...
Oh! Oh my gosh, Sokka is so brave. He's so brave. Mildly stupid, but brave. In this moment, he's very intelligent.
Who needs an army now?
Leave him alone!
They were expecting an old man. They definitely weren't expecting a kid. Oh! Alright, kiddos! Look at proud Sokka. I love it.
Burn the whole place to the ground.
Go with him.
I'll go with you. Just leave him alone. No one has ever fought for me before. I think you're the bravest person I've ever met.
Tissue number 3. I love how Sokka just like has to gradually learn about life this way. He was doing everything he could to protect his tribe. He is incredibly brave.
Sokka, we have to help him. Sokka!
Okay, listen up. Make sure to reinforce the braces on the gates. And don't let the younger ones push you around. You gotta let them know who's in charge. Now, let's go save that weird kid.
Why did the Fire Nation start this war?
Ooh, that is a loaded question.
Some people say it is within our nature to expand and consume, like fire itself. For most of us, it doesn't matter how this war started. It only matters how it can end. And the belief is that by capturing you, the Fire Nation can finally bring that about.
Is that what you believe?
I must leave. But I look forward to many more conversations with you, Avatar.
That was not a no.
In the meantime, I'll have some jasmine tea sent to you. It's quite soothing.
Nice. It's a little different than the animated series, but I enjoy it nonetheless.
It won't be easy to catch them.
Hopefully you can find a swift current. Maybe draft off their wake.
Or push with some water.
Or we could go another way.
Oh yeah, duh.
You're not serious.
Oh yeah, she is.
There's no way you're getting me on that.
Yip yip. Oh, right into Zuko's room. Yeah.
The avatars.
Yep. It's your glider, buddy.
Stop him!
Nice.
Open fire! Now!
Come on, Appa. There we go.
Take it!
Nice. Good job, Katara. My face hurts from smiling.
You know, the firebenders aren't gonna give up.
Which means we can't go home.
Yep.
So where do we go?
The north. Oh, we're gonna go back here so soon. I didn't know if we were gonna get that this episode or not. Oh god, he's not gonna see Gyatso's body, is he?
Gyatso.
Oh, calm down, Aang.
Now this would be a huge burden for anyone. But you're not just anyone, Aang. You're strong and kind and generous. Remember that. Always remember who you are.
Aang?
What is he doing?
Remember who you are.
I can't imagine a better person to have been given this power. You are my friend. You will always be my friend.
Sorry, kiddo.
They made the ultimate sacrifice. For me. I need to make sure their deaths weren't in vain. I need to follow through on what they wanted me to do. Complete my training and master all the other bending skills so I can bring balance back to the world.
Oh, is that all?
That's it?
It's only after we've lost something that we realize how much it means to us. How we'd do anything to get it back. I don't know where this will all lead. But the one thing I do know is I'm the Avatar. And this is just the beginning.
Oh, they did the music. Oh, thank you so much for doing the music. Oh man, I want to watch the next episode, but I will burn out if I do that. Obviously, I cannot do this for, 8 episodes in a row. Okay, the tissue count is 1, 2, 3, 4 tissues used, which I kind of figured was going to happen. Again, I'm very emotional when it comes to not only this show, these stories, and these characters, but these kids are absolutely just phenomenal, and I'm really I'm really happy with the way this first episode went. I feel like they did kind of skip certain story beats to fit them into certain areas, and I think it worked out really well. Like, finding out that, Katara is the one waterbender of the Southern Water Tribe, and kind of like the flashback of the Fire Nation attacking, and like why Sokka is so protective of her and not wanting her to waterbend is because, he can't lose someone else. His father, Hakoda, is already off fighting a war, and their mother, as you can see, is not around. And then, of course, Gran. But him, like, training the kids, like, I love that they kept that in. I love that, they very much have Sokka being the serious warrior that he is, and he is so brave. But, sometimes it's slightly short-sighted, and that's the thing that I think we love about Sokka and his journey, is that he does, change when it calls for it, and you could see him being very much against Aang, that he thought he was dangerous. And of course they're being raised in separate tribes, like that the Water Nation only talks to Water Nation, and the Earth Nation only talks to Earth Nation, and you don't go everywhere visiting other places. So somebody who is from a different place, Sokka's very much like, you're the enemy, I don't trust you. And, you know, as much as we know and love Aang and that we trust him immediately, we're just kind of like, calm down, Sokka. But he's very protective of his home and the people in it. And I think that especially this actor very much nailed the seriousness, the intelligence, the stupidity that follows most of the time with Sokka, but it's always laughable, or it's something where it's, I don't want to say it's goofbally all the time, but like, you know, like when he's not serious, that's the Sokka we know and love, but when he gets serious, it's also the Sokka we know and love. So we're I'm very happy with the job. I think his name is Ian. Is it Ian? Oh, I should probably learn the actors' names. I didn't want to know too much going in and who played who necessarily, but now I probably should go back and look at the cast list. I also didn't want to be ruined about any surprises of anybody that might be in it that I wasn't expecting. Because obviously I'm going to know the majority of the story and what's going on in certain story beats, but you know, where they're appearing and where they end up and everything along the line. I absolutely love that we started with seeing all the airbenders in the Southern Air Temple, like thriving, and how many they were, and just Aang in his home with Monk Gyatso, which, you know, is essentially like his father, and he just said, "You will always be my friend." Oh, the thing about this show is that, you know, we find out that friendships transcend lifetimes, and, you know, him being so kind to Aang and telling him, "Remember who you were kind, you were generous," you know, and telling him that he's a good person, and Aang remembering that, and just also remembering that Monk Gyatso will always be his friend, he'll always be there. He kind of had that Obi-Wan Kenobi moment where, you know, he saw somebody that like cared about him and loved him and was able to like focus on that. And that's the thing that we love about Aang, is that he is lighthearted, that he is lovable. And that was a very heavy moment for him. He went through all the way through it in this episode, but you know, starting out with losing the Southern Air Temple and the Airbenders and seeing Sozin doing his thing, that's absolutely heartbreaking, because you just get, you know, glimpses back into it. You know, you don't get it all at one time and like really get a feel for it, and then see the Airbenders do their thing. You know, like it's amazing to watch Firebenders do their thing, Airbenders do their thing, and then starting out the way that they did with the story, like that they're going to attack the Earth Kingdom and having an Earthbender, you know, on the run. I think I was just like, wow, this is, I don't know where they're going with this. And I loved it. I think that it was a great way to tell the story. It was a great start. We know who Aang is now. We know where he's from. We know what he's facing. We know who he's facing. And I'm really happy with the Uncle Iroh that we have in Paul. I think he's great. He's not doing a version of Uncle Iroh. He's doing his version of Uncle Iroh, but still kind of keeping it into that happy, calm, concerned Uncle Dad kind of feel, you know, wizened sage kind of man. And, you know, him going and talking to Aang, you know, like obviously Iroh does not believe what the Fire Nation is doing is correct, and there's reasons for that. And, you know, him wanting to go talk to Aang, you know, just like shows that like he has that empathetic spirit in him. And I love that. Always offering the jasmine tea. Like if he doesn't say jasmine tea at least every episode, I'll be very disappointed. But, you know, again, Iroh is so important to the story, and the character's so important that, like, you know, Paul had a heavy weight of, you know, not only Mako's voice, but then the presence of the animated Iroh. So, you know, he didn't try to duplicate that, which is great, but he still made the character his own, and it felt very at home for me. And I love that. When a character makes me feel like relaxed, calm, and happy in their presence, like they're doing a great job. Zuko. Everybody knows I love Zuko. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. And the journey that he goes on and how it parallels Aang's journey throughout the entire series, I'm really looking forward to that. And you can see that like he's angry and he's frustrated, but he's not like pitching fits, and he's not overly reactive, which definitely during the animated series you got a lot of, because they could get away with that. So I'm glad that it's kind of tapered back a little bit. It's not super cartoonish and bratty. I absolutely love the way the first episode went with Zuko. Now, definitely they're painting him as a villain because, for all intents and purposes, he's trying to capture the Avatar. And as we've learned, the Avatar is essentially, here to save the world. So why would you want the person that's supposed to save the world to be captured by a nation that is, killing, destroying, and conquering, right? So we got Sozin. And we did not get Ozai, which I was really expecting in the first episode, but I don't know when he comes into play, if it's necessarily at the latter end of the season or maybe specific beats. But there were definitely storylines that they skipped that they really didn't need. I was like, oh, the Fire Nation ship, it's booby trapped. They're gonna get into trouble there, and they could totally skip over that. And that was like, okay, cool. But I'm glad that Sokka had his moment. I'm glad Katara had her moment. And Aang had a lot of moments because, again, this is his story. But, like seeing him with Appa and like him finding comfort in Appa twice in this episode, not only when he finds out he's the Avatar, but also when he is, kind of finding himself under attack, even though it's kids from the Southern Water Tribe and Sokka. But, like when he notices his friend is gone, like that's how like everyone acts with their pets, right? And like we know that like obviously Appa is more than a pet to Aang, but like that's a bond that he has. And I just absolutely love that that's his comfort. And that makes me so happy. And then of course Sokka screaming the first time when he's flying on top of Appa is just very Sokka. Okay, so in the animated series, we didn't get a lot of what happened in the first half of the episode, which is the attack on the Southern Air Temple. We did not see Sozin actually attack and kill Monk Gyatso. It was all kind of alluded to that this mass genocide happened without like outright saying like genocide. But it definitely is like one of those things where it really makes you not like the Fire Nation. And there are good people in the Fire Nation, like Aang saying, like he was friends with people in the Fire Nation. He'd go and visit them, and that's not the case now. Everything's very separated. And so I'm looking forward to like seeing kind of the clash of cultures that happen throughout this, especially in live action with the fighting. The earthbending looked great. It was dark, but like, I think like with certain elements, it's not as important for that story to be crisp and clear for us to see, but definitely when we are in the Earth Nation and we are seeing Bumi, or we meet the Kyoshi warriors in the Earth Nation, I think those moments are the ones that we're going to see crisp and clear. But I still thought it was fantastic, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is going to be like Game of Thrones, and I was very confused what they meant by that, but now I get it. They're not afraid to kill people. Nickelodeon, they never really alluded to the fact that people died, but like straight up in the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, that's death. Like very easily, people were killed. And so it's not that it's a darker tone, it's just a heavier tone. It's not for necessarily a 12-year-old kid, but like maybe somebody who's a little bit older. And, I imagine that younger kids are going to watch this. And maybe because of their age, they're going to want to go and watch the animated series. And so if you're not an animation person, I totally get it. I understand, but I absolutely love the series. So if you give it a chance, I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest things I've ever watched, and it changed me as a human being. And I can't say that about a lot of things, about especially television shows, but definitely it definitely changed my heart. And I think I was already pretty good to start with, but definitely by the time it was said and done, I was like, wow, this show changed me. So, show the animated series to your kids for sure. Start them out young, and then as they grow, they'll see different aspects of it. I can't recommend it enough. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, and I will be watching them periodically, but only giving you one edited version a week because we have to edit them down. So, but the full-length versions will be up on my Patreon long before the edited versions will be. So, guys, I am so excited. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of the first episode? As somebody who has seen the animated series, how do you think it compared? Because I think that they did a lot in one episode, but it wasn't too much. They didn't drag anything out, and they hit very important things. that you do kind of need to know for the rest of the series without having a full dedicated episode to it. I'm happy about that. I know that, like, especially with Katara having her flashback, we will get to that eventually, 100%. But it's nice that it's mentioned early on, because sometimes you have to wait for those stories to happen, but at least it's mentioned and you kind of had a glimpse of it, so you kind of know the turmoil that's happening inside for Katara. But like I mean, what did you think about the Southern Air Temple, about Monk Gyatso? He was I don't want to say he was mentioned so little, but like you saw so little of Monk Gyatso in the animated series, so then to see him now and kind of get like that full story and really have it in your face, like it was definitely an emotional beating that I took there. Like I feel like it's easy to build up a character and then be let down, and 100% his character is built up for me and it exceeded expectations. It's just he's awesome. He's awesome. But like, what did you guys think of that? What do you guys think about just meeting Aang, Sokka, Katara, Zuko, Uncle Iroh? Like, how you feeling? How you feeling? Because I think Sokka nailed it. Katara is sweet. She kind of like really had those moments where she's like building up hope, and like, you know, she's always like kind of like positive and heartfelt. We definitely got that. Meeting Gran, you know, yep, she looked like Gran, had hair loopies and everything. But even like Zuko, like I said, like he wasn't an overly agitated, temperamental, bratty teen that we necessarily meet in the animated series. I think Uncle Iroh was great. I'm glad it's not a 1-to-1, because if it was, I'd be like, dude, you're doing an impersonation of somebody. Like, let's do our own thing, shall we? I think Aang was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Is his name Gordon? I think his name is Gordon. That is a very older person name for a very young kid. But like, you know, he definitely portrayed Aang like just funny, silly, goofy, you know, with Monk Gyatso, and in the moments when he's smiling, it just makes me so happy. And this is a very serious episode for him, because he learned like that he's been gone for 100 years, that all of his people and all of his culture is gone. You know, he's the last one and he's by himself. Thankfully, he has Appa, you know. Oh, we didn't meet Momo. I don't know where we get Momo. I know he's in the show. Well, I guess we ended with them still at the Southern Air Temple, so there's time. There's time for our Momo to appear in the next episode. And I haven't looked at the episode names, and I might before I watch the next episode, just so I know what I'm heading into. But either we're going to, I forget what happens first, if it's Kyoshi or Amashu. I don't know, but like it was cool that like Avatar Kyoshi like started the episode, and I was we got the air, fire, earth, water thing, and that was really cool. Gran repeating the story. I was just kind of like, oh, I really wanted to hear like the opening of the episodes from the animated series, and we got that with Gran retelling the story, and we got Kyoshi telling the story from like her point of view. She's amazing. I want a whole movie series of just Kyoshi. But then the music at the end, we got the end credit music. Like, I was just like, oh, that is just delightful to hear. It makes me so happy, because every episode of the animated series ends with that. So it's just like you're like, like, it's just so great. It's so great. That was a really bad impression, but I don't care. I'm having fun. So guys, come back here for the next episode. I am so excited. I am so impressed by the first episode. I feel energized. I feel happy. I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. So come back here for episode number 2. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.